Write the balanced chemical equations for the following reactions. First reaction is calcium hydroxide plus carbon dioxide forming calcium carbonate plus water. तो इस रिएक्शन में कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड प्लस कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड फॉर्मिंग कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट प्लस वाटर, इसको बैलेंस करना है. Now number of calcium atoms on both the sides is same, that is 1. Number of oxygen atom on the reactant side is, hydroxide में है 2 oxygen atom, since OH hold twice, so 2 oxygen atoms and 2 oxygen atoms in carbon dioxide, so total हो गए 4. Number of hydrogen atoms is 2 and number of carbon atoms is 1. On the product side, number of oxygen is 4, 3 in the carbonate ion and 1 from water. Total number of hydrogen atoms is 2, number of carbon atoms is 1. So as it can be seen, this reaction is balanced. Now the second reaction is zinc plus silver nitrate forming zinc nitrate प्लस सिल्वर. अब इस रिएक्शन में number of zinc atoms on both the sides, that is reactant and product side, is 1. Number of silver atoms is 1, but number of nitrate ions, यहाँ पे 2 nitrate ions हैं. Reactant side में there is only 1 nitrate ion. Or it can also be said that on the reactant side number of nitrogens is 1 and number of oxygen is 3, whereas on the product side number of nitrogens is 2 and number of oxygen atom is 6, just the double. So multiply the formula of AgNO3 by 2. So putting the coefficient 2 in front of AgNO3, total number of nitrogen atoms now on the reactant side is 2 and oxygen atoms is 6. Number of silver atoms on the reactant side is now 2 and on product side it is 1. So put a coefficient 2 in front of silver. Now the number of silver atoms on the product side is also 2. Number of zinc atoms is same on both the sides. So this reaction is again balanced. So this is the balanced reaction. Next, aluminium, this is the third reaction, plus copper chloride forming aluminium chloride plus copper. Now in this reaction, number of aluminium atoms is same on both the sides, reactant side and product side. Number of copper atoms is also same, but chlorine is different. On the reactant side there are 2 chlorine atoms, on the product side 3 chlorine atoms. So put a coefficient 2 in front of AlCl3 and coefficient 3 in front of CuCl2. Now the number of chlorine atoms on the reactant side is 6, on the product side is also 6, but number of copper atoms on the reactant side is 3 and number of copper atoms on the product side is 1. So put a coefficient 3 in front of copper on the product side. Now the number of copper atoms on the product side is also 3. Number of aluminium atoms on the product side is 2. On the reactant side is 1. Put a coefficient 2 in front of aluminium on the reactant side. Now the number of aluminium atoms on the reactant side is also 2. Now this reaction is balanced. Last reaction, barium chloride plus potassium sulfate forming barium sulfate plus potassium chloride. Number of barium atoms on both the sides is same, that is 1. Number of sulfate ions on both sides is same, that is 1. But number of potassium and chlorine on the reactant side is 2, whereas on the product side number of potassium and chlorine is 1. So put a coefficient 2 in front of potassium chloride. So now the number of potassium and chlorine atoms on the product side is also 2. So this reaction is also balanced.